Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. I have just witnessed Fulham 2, Sunderland 1 in a very, very tense end of season game. The second last game of the season to go for Fulham, and they moved up into second place. It's over to Cardiff tomorrow. Fulham 2 points up on Cardiff. Fulham line up completely unchanged from the last game against Millwall last Friday. Bettinelli in goal, Fredericks, Odoi, Ream, Target is the back four, McDonald, Johansson, Kearney in midfield, Piazon off to the right, Sessegnon off to the left, Mitrovic up front. Sunderland were relegated last week at home to Burton Albion, so they are already down. 2 games left for them, so probably a bit of a weird one how to approach, but they certainly didn't have anything to lose today, let's just say. Steele in goal for them, Jones, Kone, O'Shea, Wilson were the back four. McNair and Robson were sat in midfield in the centre, with Honeyman off to the left and Asoro off to the right. I think Ejara was in centre midfield. The idea was for him to get up to support Fletcher, but it was basically a 4-5-1. No McGeady, no Catamol. 284 miles down from Sunderland. I did Google Maps when I was in the stadium, so well done to those Sunderland supporters on a Friday as well. That's going to be a very late night. On 40 seconds, Tom Kearney goes down and he's clutching his lower left back. That looked worrying. Didn't look like any kind of impact, and maybe see how that progresses for the rest of the season. Definitely carrying some kind of problem. The early pattern of the game is quite predictable. Sunderland row of 4, row of 5 pretty much, and then Fletcher up front on his own. Good team shape from Sunderland, and they just basically said to Fulham, okay, you pass through us. Despite that, the first chance goes to Sunderland on 11. Honeyman pumps it up into the left channel for Fletcher. He holds it up. Honeyman actually chases back to support him. Goes back to Honeyman. He shifts it across to Asoro, and his 25-yarder is deflected wide. Fulham are really struggling to get their game together for the first sort of 15 minutes. Sunderland oddly on top really from about 10 minutes on. Actually had some attacking intent. Free kick lobbed in, flicked onto Fletcher on the second phase. He's in the corner of the box. He's got a bit of time. It's a difficult chance, but snatches the left foot volley and puts it wide. You'd think not many chances for Sunderland today, so that one worth mentioning. Fulham offer very little for the first 20 minutes. We know how patient they are, but this is a night where you need a result. Good move by Fulham on 22. McDonald to Kearney to Fredericks. First time he gets forward. He takes on Wilson into the box. Good shot by Fredericks. It's going on target. It's a good height for Steele, and he makes the save. Fredericks penalised for a pull on Wilson. Literally as Fredericks is being played through in an attack, he's clear there, and you can really see a good outlet for Fulham is Fredericks against Wilson down that side. Really seemed to have about 2 extra gears. But on 27 minutes, the nerves amp up about 1,000% as Sunderland take the lead. It's a big boot forward. I think pretty much from the goal kick actually, or from the keeper certainly. Fletcher hasn't won anything in the air against Ream, but this time he moves across to Odoi and he wins this one. He flicks it infield. Asoro's backed up by Target. He's touched tight. Asoro turns him really, really well. Now Target goes down, and perhaps this is the injury that's going to take him off, but it's a great turn by Asoro. He then drives forward. He's kind of going away to the right. He hits the shot from 25 yards, I guess, right-footed across Bettinelli. It stays low, right in the corner. It's a good goal. It's a good turn, a good drive. Great shot into the corner, and wow, cat amongst pigeons. Like I say, Target goes down. He's going to go off later, so this is presumably where something happened. well done to Sunderland. They came, they set up well, their press was good, their team shape was good. Fletcher started to get the hold-ups. Game plan working, 1-0. Fulham on the counter on half an hour, out to Piazon, comes in off the right. He could feed Kearney and he's in the inside left position, but shoots just wide from 25 yards, bounces in front of Steele in goals, not far wide from him. Target goes down again. He sits on his backside and he is substituted. On comes Camera. So Sessegnon goes to left back. He's been tearing it up in left midfield. Presumably no other option on the bench in the left back position for a like swap. Sessegnon is sacrificed. He drops back. Piazon swaps sides and Camera comes in that kind of right-hand side 4-3-3 front position. Incredible 43rd minute, really key moment in this game. 2 big penalty shouts for Sunderland. Ajaria's got tricky feet in the box. He goes down. Then it goes out to Asoro. I haven't seen this back. I've seen this once in real time. Asoro crosses it. He's probably 3-4 metres away from Sessegnon. Sessegnon's hands are down by his tummy. Both hands are there, and seen those given. I think I need to look that back. So don't destroy me in the comments. I've only seen it once, but big penalty shout ×2 there. Sunderland, they've got the bit between their teeth. They're pressing in. They're trying to hem Fulham in. Fulham trying to play out. They're sticking to their principles. The crowd are getting a bit antsy about it, but Fulham do stick to their principles. In the end, they get out, and it's Johansson, Knight's touch out for Camera, and now they've got a good turnover, and they're flowing forward. Camera goes down the right. Fredericks, he must be one of the fastest players in the league. He sprints past Camera. Camera plays it forward. Fredericks is in behind. He crosses it into the crowd. 3 players converge. Someone gets a nick on it. I don't know who the hell it was. It bounces, well, it doesn't bounce, but it's deflected outwards. Piazon is running in. He's unmarked. Slow motion, it comes to him and he slides it into the net just before half time. That really went for Fulham. I need to look at the penalty shouts. There were 2 of them again. What I like about that goal is they could have hoofed it under the pressure several times in the build-up. I think a lot of fans wanted them to get rid. They didn't. They ploughed out. They stuck to their principles. Frederick showed his pace. Camera showed some composure. And Piazon is following it in. Good counter-attack. 1-1. Vital time to score. 1-1 before half-time. Well done. Fulham, Camera down the right in stoppage time. Looks like he's run it out of play. He does brilliantly. He manages to float across up to the back post. Mitrovic, big bugger. He manages to header it back. Kearney's coming in. It's the last ditch block there, and it is half time. Safe to say the nerves were getting the better of Fulham in that first half. They looked like they were choking. Sunderland presented them with a kind of not clever but pretty obstinate game plan, and it was working. They weren't managing to cope with this until minute number 43 in that counter-attack where they stuck to their principles, kept the passing going. But that's half the battle done, getting the equalising goal. You now know that it's going to be attack versus defence in the second half, and you've got to get that second goal. So still, big test of character. Johansson shoots over straight into the second half. Kearney looks like he's still holding his back down here. Maybe he's playing through an injury for pretty much the entire game today. Fulham pressing forward, both full-backs forward. Remember, you've got Sessegnon playing at left-back now, so his instinct is to get forward again. Into Camera, he's in the box, shows great acceleration in a small space. He's in behind, he's going away from goal. The angle's difficult, hits a powerful shot, and Steele narrows the angle and makes the save. Johansson free kick in a good spot, easy save for Steele. The first of 3 Johansson free kicks for him to get his range. More of that later. Asoro in off the right on the counter. Weak shot, left-footed, just to show that Sunderland are still there. Fulham pressing on again. Johansson's shot is pushed wide by Steele. Mitrovic nearly then gets threaded through. So close. He's in on goal if he can get that. A lot of stuff going down the right. Camera is a very interesting player to watch. Be interested in Fulham fans' take on him. 1 minute he looks like he's going to take on 3 players and smash it in. The next minute he looks like he's going to fall over his own feet. Very, very raw, not necessarily the finished article. And a lot of instructions from Fredericks and Kearney to him. So we'll see how it pans out for camera for Fulham. McNair shoots for Sunderland. Easy save for Bettinelli. There's a yellow for Fletcher for kicking the ball away, and Piarzon tries the Ronaldo laces free kick, but that goes wide. Then Steele gets a yellow for taking a very, very slow goal kick there. Ijara, nice feet here. They've got Robson forward out of the defensive midfield position for once. He hits a pretty decent shot from the left corner of the box. It's rising over, but Bettinelli did look a bit troubled by that. Nice counter by Fulham. Fredericks has just got Wilson on toast here. He's way faster than him. He knows he can take him on now. He's in his head. His shot is blocked. McDonald blazes over from the next phase. Fulham need a goal. We're on to 70 minutes now. Fletcher out to Rosoro. He crosses in a big handball shout in front of those Sunderland fans. I don't know if they were milking that a little bit over the other side of the pitch, but Sunderland fans will say that they had 3 penalty shouts in this game. No penalties for Sunderland. 71 now. Fulham down the right. Fredericks is loving it. He's having a lovely old time. He's playing on the wing virtually. Lots of space for him. Feeds it into Kearney. Kearney tries the Bergkamp floaty curler, trying to pick out the side netting. Close. No cigar. 73. Jokanovic makes his attacking substitution. So Fonte goes on for Piarzon. So instead of the normal Fulham where you have really 5 midfielders in there who are auxiliary forwards who can all play and all attack together, you've now got 3 up front. You've got Camara, who's a forward one side, Mitrovic down the middle, Font is backing it up down the left hand side. So even though they're like for like subs, the content of the play is very different. 3 forwards on, and on 75 minutes they do it. Fulham 2-1. It's a foul on Camara on the right and a free kick, I don't know, 30 yards out to the right hand side of the goal. We said Johansson had a free kick earlier. Now we know Fulham for their passing and gradually breaking teams down, but this guy up front, Mitrovic, offers them that powerful number 9 up front. Johansson floats the free kick in. It's an imperious climb by Mitrovic at the back post. Bullet header down into the ground. Steele is not saving that. Wow, what a signing. 12 goals in 14 starts for Mitrovic, and a game changer. I was at Norwich v Fulham, where Fulham couldn't break through Norwich until that big bastard in the middle, Mitrovic, he roughed up the Norwich centre-backs and they followed him from his work to score 2 goals there. And he made the difference today. He's the plan B for Fulham. They have got something when they throw the ball in the box while he's there. So great stuff from Mitrovic. He's been an amazing signing. If they do make it up, he's going to be hailed as the one that made the difference to get them over the finish line. McManaman comes on from Ijara, who I quite like. He played well. Fulham moved the ball differently now. You can see Kearney's body language just changes. He dictates the play, and it's like, okay, everyone move back 5 yards, pass it a little bit slower. We don't need to force this now. So you could see Kearney just change the pace of the game slightly on 80 minutes here. Johansson, another free kick from him. He's got his range now after the assist for the goal. He goes for the curl. It's a good save by Steele. Coleman puts Madger in for Robson, so attacking intent from him. Jokanovic counters. Callas in for Kearney. He needs a week off now before the last game to get that back recovered. Bettinelli takes a yellow for an equally slow goal kick to the one Steele was taking when it was 1-1. Ridiculous handbags at the end. I think the ref does a good job of simmering this down. I think the Fulham players are just doing anything at this point to just disrupt the flow and just get this game finished. Credit to Fulham though, because as the 4 minutes went up, I said to myself, there's always a chance, but they did not give Sunderland a chance. And there you have it. Really nervy stuff. Fulham are not a team who are gonna, bomb forward. They have this, slow, patient, slow burn through a game philosophy, and that is difficult to watch when they have to win, and it certainly proved so today. But they got the job done against already relegated Sunderland. Credit to Sunderland. If you're a Cardiff fan and you're watching this, Sunderland did not roll over today by any means. They came with good team shape, with a good tactic, and it worked. And Cardiff, they did their best for you, but in the end, Fulham coming out on top. Sunderland fans, if you're watching, credit for coming down nearly 300 miles. I will say that I thought Honeyman very neat and tidy. I like the way when he receives the ball, he's got that quick little drive forward pretty much wherever he receives it. He looks a good player. Are you going to keep hold of him? Asoro, great goal. Ejaria, I believe, is on loan, and those three players particularly looked good. The only question you have to Sunderland fans is, what the hell is going to happen next season? Is Coleman going to still be there? What players are going to be there if the ownership doesn't change? And they look quite focused today. Where has that been all season? Disappointing campaign for Sunderland, but hopefully they'll start to tidy things up. Sunderland fans, let me know what you think in the comments. Fulham, 2 points now above Cardiff. They've gone up to 88 points. So Fulham, with a win next week, will hit 91 points. But despite their euphoria of getting their job done today and heaping pressure on Cardiff tomorrow, it's still not in Fulham's hands. They know that if Cardiff win tomorrow and then they win their final game of the season, it could be 92 points to Cardiff and 91. Cardiff can still reach that fabled 2 points per game, which we normally say guarantees you promotion, but great chase by Fulham. Nonetheless, we know what to expect from them. It's just whether the injuries are going to play any havoc next week. Target, don't know what happened to him. Will he be back? If not, will they be able to unleash Sessegnon in the further forward position in left midfield, as opposed to having him at left back? Is he a bit wasted there? Also, Kearney, if anyone can tell me what's up with his back, you need him next week if you're going into a must win. But none of this really matters. What really matters if you're a Fulham fan is Hull versus Cardiff tomorrow. And as an Ipswich fan, I think Hull are quite good since Adkins got there. They're certainly very free scoring. They drew 5-5 with Bristol City last week. They have a good bank of three in a 4-2-3-1 behind Hernandez, who's come back up front. They've got a lad on loan from Liverpool, and I can't remember his name, but he's a tidy player. They are a dangerous opponent for Cardiff, so it's all eyes on Cardiff tomorrow. Fulham fans, you should be proud of the team today. They were nervy, but they battled through. Let me know, how do you think it's going to go tomorrow for Cardiff? Can you do it? Can you get up? And if you do miss out on 91 points, can they raise their game in the playoffs? And can they battle against a pragmatic setup that you might see from Aston Villa or Middlesbrough, possibly in that playoff picture? Derby as well could all come and set up and stop. Can Fulham get through and be patient and not blink with their lovely football? Let me know what you think in the comments. Enjoyed the game tonight. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Give me a subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. And look out, tomorrow I will be at Reading versus Ipswich with one eye on Hull versus Cardiff. Thank you and goodbye.